In our series on Mewar, land of the Ranas, we look at the man who actually was the first Rana to sit on the throne of Chittorgarh. Rana Hammir Singh, or better known as Veer Hammir, the founder of the Sisodia Dynasty, who brought back the glory of Mewar after it was devastated by Alauddin Khilji. He, in a way, began the next phase of Rajput rule of Mewar with Chittorgarh as a capital that started in 1326 and ended in 1568 when Rana Uday Singh had to flee after Akbar occupied the fort. Hammir's ancestor was Laksha Singh, a distant relative of Rawal Ratan Singh. When it was inevitable that Chittorgarh would fall in 1303 during the siege of Alauddin Khilji, Laksha decided that one of his 9 sons would live to fight for another day. But who? Apparently, there's a story that he sent each of his 9 sons daily to the battlefield, to starting with Ari, the eldest son and the father of Hammir, who perished on the battlefield. And every day, one son of Laksha Singh fell on the battlefield resisting Khilji's forces. And when the time came of reckoning, only Ajay Singh, his favorite son, and Laksha were left. Though Ajay wanted to fight the battle, Laksha asked him to leave with Hammir, who was still a kid then, and a band of loyal followers. Take refuge in Kelwara, a small mountain village in the Aravalis, following his father's orders, and escaped in the cover of darkness, making a vow he would come back one day. Knowing that the end was inevitable, Ratan Singh, Laksha, and the remaining forces of Chittorgarh fought till the end before sacrificing their life, and the women led by Rani Padmavati committed mass jawhar, throwing themselves into the fire, then surrendering to Khilji. After the capture of Chittorgarh, Alauddin Khilji went on a rampage, destroying temples, homes, burning fields, literally a reign of terror. And after the devastation, Khilji returned back to Delhi, giving the control of Chittorgarh to Maldev, the ruler of Jalawar who had collaborated with Khilji. There's a saying in Rajasthan, Chittur ka kapap, loosely translates to by the sin of the sack of Chittor. He grew up in Kelwara, a lad of 12, and soon the other clans of Mewar who survived the carnage at Chittorgarh began to join him. Around the same time, Munya, a notorious and influential bandit, was wreaking havoc in the valley. Ajay Singh himself was wounded on the head. When Ajay Singh's own son proved to be helpless against Munja, it was Hammir who rose to the occasion, killing Munja in a fierce duel and also bringing his head back as a trophy. And that settled the succession issue too, with Ajay Singh's own son, Sajjan Singh, migrating to the Deccan. Taking charge in 1301, Hammir made his mark, capturing all the hilly territory of the Aravalis, which was once the domain of Munja. Pilgrimage to Dwarka, that he met a mystic lady saint I. Birwadi of the Charan community at Khod, considered an incarnation of Hinglaj Mata, who advised him to recapture Chittorgarh. When Hammir claimed he was finding it difficult due to lack of resources, she assured him that one Baruji would assist him in the mission. Baruji, a rich horse dealer, met Hammir at Kelwara near Udaipur and joined him along with his clansmen and around 500 horses along with resources. Hammir launching an attack on Chittorgarh again, Maldev decided to make peace by offering his daughter Songari in marriage to him. Accepting his proposal, Hammir proceeded to Chittorgarh, where he was received by Maldev and his sons and conducted the marriage in a rather simple ceremony. However, Hammir came to know that his bride was a child widow whose husband had died when she was still small, and that Maldev's offer of marriage was more a ruse to not lose Chittorgarh. Hammir, though furious, accepted Songari. He did not want to punish her for her father's sins. And soon Songari began to side with Hammir, as he began to win over some of the nobles of the court too. Maldev was away on a military expedition, and Hammir, taking advantage of the absence, occupied the throne of Chittorgarh, winning the nobles and most of the army to his side. It was a palace coup deftly executed, and on his return Maldev was thrown into prison. Mewar was once again under its rightful rulers, and most of the exiled clan chieftains to return to Chittorgarh. Expelled from Chittorgarh, went to Delhi and sought the help of Muhammad bin Tughlaq against Hammir, who sent a large army, but they were routed by Hammir once again. And Tughlaq once again decided to attack Chittorgarh and proceeded on a campaign in 1336 AD. The army camped at Singoli near to Bhilwara where they halted due to the heavy rainfall. Hammir launched an attack on the camp aided by the Bills in a guerrilla ambush, and Tughlaq, instead of retreating, decided to march ahead, walked right into the trap, and the Sultanate army, not used to guerrilla warfare tactics, was completely rooted during the attack. Expanded Mewar all the way up till Chambal. Hammir proclaimed Ekilingji as the sole ruler of Mewar and declared himself as his Dasa, a practice that all Mewari rulers adopt and continue to date. He adopted the title of Rana, which basically means one who fights for the security of his people, and the dynasty began to be known as the Sisodia Dynasty after his ancestral village. If you have enjoyed this talk on Veer Hammir, do like and share this video and subscribe to the channel for further updates and stories on Mewar, land of the Ranas. Namaste, this is me Ratnakar signing off for the day on another episode of History Under Your Feet.